dance floor. All you had to do was tell me that you were seeing somebody.
What are you talking about? I ain't seeing nobody.
I saw you at the bookstore with the girl.
I'm always at the bookstore. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's so good to see you, Big Mama. I thought you may have forgotten all about me.
Oh, girl, hush your mouth, child. Oh.
Do he got a girlfriend? Yes. I know that hand.
What are you, a psycho?
You don't know how tired I am of hearing that. My hormones are raging out of control. I'm emotional, I'm horny, and I don't want to hear about no goddamn peace.
All right, let's dive into the juicy world of Nia Long. Hold up, did y'all catch wind of Nia Long's boo getting tangled up in a steamy scandal with the Boston Celtics?
How could you cheat on Nia Long?
Child, that drama was thicker than gumbo. That's right, folks. We're talking about the one and only Nia Long today. Actress, director, and occasional tabloid headliner. Grab your popcorn, because we're about to spill all the tea on this Hollywood diva's roller coaster life. Born Natara Carlin Long on October 30th, 1970 in Brooklyn, New York, our girl Nia came into this world ready to make waves. Her mama, Talita, was a teacher and printmaker.
My relationship with my father was probably very toxic.
How so?
Well, because he wasn't there.
Okay.
I didn't have the example of what a family was supposed to look like.
Right.
While her daddy, Dotry Doc Long, was a high school teacher and poet. But don't go thinking it was all happy families up in here. Nia's parents split when she was just 2 years old. Talk about starting life with some drama.
And myself, my mother was a single parent, so I was able to identify that. I didn't really develop a true relationship with my father. I always knew who he was, but I didn't develop a true relationship with him until I was like 18.
Little Nia moved out to Iowa City, Iowa with her mama for a hot minute before they packed up and headed to South Los Angeles. Now y'all know South Central ain't no joke, but our girl held her own and started making moves early on. By the time Nia hit her teens, she was already turning heads. She studied ballet, tap, jazz, gymnastics, guitar, and acting. Talk about an overachiever. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Word on the street is that Nia had a tough time fitting in school.
I used to get teased a lot as a young girl.
Can you believe? Some folks actually teased her for her unconventional beauty. If that's unconventional, sign me up. But Nia wasn't about to let some playground haters keep her down. She took those acting classes and ran with them, landing her first big role in the Disney Channel's The Brat Patrol back in 1986.
So what gives, let alone missing a chem lecture at the university, let alone the league practice.
And just like that, a star was born. Now, let's fast forward a bit to when Nia really started making waves in Hollywood. Remember Boys in the Hood? That 1991 classic put her on the map, playing Brandy, the love interest of Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character.
Never thought I'd be crying in front of a female.
You can cry in front of me.
But honey, that was just the beginning. Nia kept climbing that ladder, snagging roles left and right. Friday.
My mama is in Vegas with her boyfriend.
So y'all just parlaying up in here, huh?
Love Jones.
You always want what you want when you want it. Why is everything so urgent?
Soul Food.
Ain't nobody about to disrespect me on my witness.
She was everywhere. And let's not forget her iconic role as Lisa Wilkes on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Did you put something on? Or did you take something off?
Trust me, Will, the next time I decide to take something off, you will be too old and blind to care.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a huge part of my career. It was the first time that I was on primetime television on a hit show that Black people and white people loved, where it wasn't...
It was a story about a family, and it was universal. And Will Smith, I love him so much. He's just he's a natural-born teacher. He definitely lives by his own rules. And he would always just come through the door with this huge amount of love and energy and this abundance of giving and support. And he believes that he can do anything. And that was the first time that I had ever seen a black man take that position. So it was very inspiring for me.
Will might have been a star, but Nia stole plenty of scenes.
Cause if a honey wants to go with me to the sizzler, she gots to be all that, she gots to look good.
But hold up, we ain't here just to talk about her successes. Y'all want the dirt, don't you? Well, buckle up, cause we're about to take a deep dive into Nia Long's scandalous side. Let's start with her love life, shall we? Nia's been linked to quite a few famous faces over the years. There were rumors about her and rapper Q-Tip back in the day, and let's not forget her relationship with Masai Z. Dorsey. They even had a son together in 2000, Masai Shivago Dorsey II. But that relationship didn't last, and the streets were talking about why they split. Some say it was Nia's demanding career. Others whisper about Masai's jealousy. Whatever the reason, it wasn't pretty. But the real tea started brewing when Nia got together with former NBA player and coach Ime Udoka. They seemed like the perfect couple.
Hi Nia, congratulations on the coming wedding. How you guys doing? Are you happy that the Spurs got knocked out so you got more time with him?
Absolutely.
You are?
Oh my God. No, I'm not happy because I always want my man to win, but it was nice to have him win.
Yeah.
Getting engaged in 2015.
Do we know when the wedding is?
No, we don't know yet.
No?
We're taking our time.
Okay.
And having a son, Kid Sunday Udoka, in 2011. Everything was coming up roses until it wasn't. In September 2022, the gossip mill went into overdrive when news broke that Ime had been suspended as head coach of the Boston Celtics.
It's kind of a shame because last year was the coach's rookie year, essentially.
Oh, it's great. He's a great coach.
And he went all the way to the finals with it.
Great coach, man.
You know, like
Great coach.
shut down the Brooklyn Nets, got all the way to the end. And, you know, listen, the Warriors are the Warriors. Anyone would have had problems with that team. I don't care who you put in to swap them out with. But, like, his first year, he went all the way to the finals. And there was, like, so much anticipation. You know, they have a strong squad and the city's behind them and everything else like that. And to be suspended for an entire year. So what are they going to do? Like, the assistant coach is going to step up and coach, or are they going to bring in someone else?
Guessing. I don't know. I mean, you know, Boston will figure out a way, but you know, if everything comes out, he'll be lucky if he coaches in the NBA again. To be honest with you.
Oh, you think it's that bad?
I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty heavy, man. It's just some stuff you can't do.
Why, you ask? Turns out, Ime had been caught in an intimate and consensual relationship with a female staff member of the Celtics. Child, the scandal. Nia was blindsided, and you best believe she let the world know about it.
As we're actually talking, an interview came out with Nia Long, with The Hollywood Reporter, talking about the Ime Udoka situation.
Really?
So she actually finally broke her silence. And she said this. She said, I think the most heartbreaking thing about all of this was seeing my son's face when the Boston Celtics organization decided to make a very private situation public. She was actually taking her son to school when the news broke. She said it was devastating, and it still is. He still has moments where it's not easy for him. If you're in the business of protecting women, I'm sorry. No one from the Celtics organization has even called to see if I'm okay, to see if my children are okay. It's very disappointing.
So I think Nia literally saying what's happening with her family on that point, she never really talked about her past fiance. She just talked about, if you really want to protect everybody, protect everybody. Like, think of what this is really going to.
She released a statement thanking everyone for their love and support, but you could practically feel the hurt and anger coming through those carefully chosen words.
And, you know, I've had some pretty devastating moments in my life over the last couple of months, and I've had to just say, it's all right, you'll pick yourself back up, and, oh my God, I'm about to cry. You pick yourself back up and you keep it moving.
The internet exploded with support for Nia, dragging Ime through the mud for doing our girl dirty like that. But here's where it gets even juicier. Some folks started pointing fingers at Nia herself. Can you believe the audacity? They were out here saying she was too focused on her career, that she wasn't supportive enough of Ime's coaching gig. The nerve of some people. But Nia wasn't about to let the haters get her down. she clapped back on social media, posting cryptic messages that had everyone talking.
Understand one thing. As that light that you see, you see the happiness, you see the smile, and you see all the rainbows and all of that stuff. But understand one thing about that light that they got. They had to go into the darkness to get it. Them people is not the type of people that you want to play with.
And let's not forget that iconic video she posted of Omarion's unbothered dance moves. Talk about sending a message. Now you might be thinking, surely that's the biggest scandal in Nia's life, right? You'd be wrong. Let's rewind a bit and talk about some of the other dramas that have followed our girl over the years. Remember when Nia was all set to star in Charlie's Angels back in 2000? She was supposed to play Alex Monday, but at the last minute, the role went to Lucy Liu instead. The rumor mill went into overdrive, with some folks saying Nia was difficult to work with.
And so it's been a blessing and a curse because here's what I do know. Nia Long knows her light. Nia Long knows her makeup. Nia Long knows her hair. And you probably can't talk me into something else unless you show me. If you want to call that difficult, then sorry.
While others whispered that she just didn't have the right look for the part.
All of a sudden, this story about Charlie's Angels resurfaces.
It does. It was so weird. It just popped up.
And asks about you. So
yeah.
I'm one of those people that I can't sweep anything under the carpet.
I can't either.
Good, let's do it.
Let's talk.
So apparently the story is that when you came in to meet with us on Charlie's Angels, we were doing chemistry reads with lots of people.
Yeah.
And I just called my partner, Nan. We've been in flower films together for 30 years.
I actually remember her.
She loves you.
I know, well, I don't know that, but I remember feeling the love.
And I was like, this is so bizarre. So apparently a producer called your agent and said something to the effect of eyebrows and
it was the oddest.
age? What was it? Tell us what happened.
Just so here's what happened. I go and I audition. First of all, I was so excited to meet you.
We were so excited to meet you too.
And it
we
went really,
loved you.
And it went really well. And I'll tell you what I think the real reason is, but I'll first set the story up for you. So I go in, I audition, then you go home and you wait, and you hope to get the response, which is you're gonna get the job. I didn't get the job. It's okay, it happens. But the feedback was my eyebrows were too sophisticated and I looked too old next to Drew. And that was the feedback, and I was like, what? It just was an odd way of saying you didn't get the job.
Whatever the reason, Nia wasn't happy about it, and she let people know it. In interviews years later, Nia spilled some tea about the whole situation.
And so now that I'm older and wiser, and we've been in this business for a long time, I think what was happening during that time is there were all these conversations about diversity, but people weren't really pulling the trigger. I don't think this has anything to do with you or your partner or your film company. I think this is just a result of the fear of really putting a Black woman into a film that never cast anyone Black. There was this initiative to cast more Black women, have more Black women on set, but Hollywood wasn't quite doing it, because I remember during that time, I actually auditioned for so many roles that weren't written Black, to the point where I was exhausted. It was almost like, bring the Black girls in, bring the Black actors in so we can say that we did it, but we're not gonna necessarily pull the trigger.
She hinted that race might have played a role in the decision, saying, I don't wanna say it's about race, but I think that was a factor. Ooh, child. You know that comment stirred up all kinds of controversy. But wait, there's more. We can't talk about Nia's career drama without mentioning the alleged feud with Taraji P. Henson on Empire. Child, when Nia joined the cast in 2017, rumors started flying faster than Cookie Lyon's comebacks. Word on the street was that Nia and Taraji were clashing on set. Some said Taraji wasn't happy sharing the spotlight, while others whispered about Nia's supposed diva behavior. Neither actress confirmed the gossip, but Nia's character got written off earlier than expected. Suspicious, right? Years later, they're all smiles at public events. So was it real beef or just Hollywood hype?
I love Taraji. She's an amazing actress.
There's no beef with us at all.
We may never know, but one thing's for sure, both these queens are still out here slaying their careers, alleged drama or not. Now, let's switch gears and talk about some family drama. Remember Nia's dad, Dotry? Well, turns out their relationship wasn't all sunshine and rainbows.
It's just that he wasn't in your life on a daily basis.
He wasn't an active father.
In interviews, Nia has hinted at a strained relationship with her father, saying they didn't always see eye to eye.
I think for a lot of years I was disappointed and angry, and I wanted, my dad to like read me a bedtime story and be there and do all of the things that a daddy is supposed to do. And I feel more free and alive than I have in the last 10 years because I have understanding. And I've forgiven myself for not forgiving people sooner in my own life, or forgiving my father for things that he was unable to do.
The real tea, though, came when Dotry passed away in January 2020. Nia took to Instagram to share a heartfelt tribute, but eagle-eyed fans noticed something interesting. In her post, Nia mentioned she and her dad had reconciled before his death. Child, you know that word choice set tongues wagging. What exactly did they need to reconcile? What kind of drama went down between them? Nia's kept pretty tight-lipped about the details, but you know there's a story there. But it hasn't all been scandals and drama for our girl Nia. Let's take a moment to appreciate some of her achievements, shall we? She's been nominated for a ton of awards over the years, including 3 NAACP Image Awards and a Black Reel Award. And let's not forget the first film she produced in 2020, The Fatal Affair.
Everything he's done has all been to get to me.
First of all, and before we get into The Banker, you are producing now too.
I did. I just produced my first film.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On that. So
Thank you.
when do we get to see that?
It's called Fatal Affair. It's on Netflix, and it's with Omar Epps. I think it's coming out in July.
Wow, so that's
what I'm hearing. Yeah, it'll be straight for streaming. It's not a theatrical release.
Nia's also been making moves behind the scenes, producing projects and using her platform to speak out about issues affecting the Black community.
You had an awesome cast. Nia, why did you say yes? Was it just
Because he paid me really well. I mean, I was like, hell yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding, actually. I think that Kenya understands the journey of Black actors, and I think he understands the importance of paying Black actors what we're worth. I think that Netflix gets that as well. And I think, when you have a great creative project and they're offering you something that seems and is fair and honorable, then the answer is yes.
She's been vocal about the need for more diversity in Hollywood.
I'm not tolerating. Look, I've spoken up a lot about diversity in the hair and makeup trailer. My next mission is to have that diversity across the board.
And has consistently championed roles that portray strong, complex Black women.
That there's a young female filmmaker who is really creating characters.
Yes.
Because oftentimes we get lost in the sauce, and we need to be layered and beautiful and difficult and complicated, because that's really who we are, and we don't need to apologize for that. Yeah.
You heard it. Nia Long said, no apologies, guys.
No apologies. Stand in your truth.
And in your light.
And in your light. Yes.
But don't think for a second that Nia's slowing down. As of 2023, she's still out here making moves and stacking paper. Word on the street is that Nia's net worth is sitting pretty at around $6 million. Not too shabby for a girl from South Central, huh? And what's our girl up to these days? Well, Nia has been keeping busy in a few projects. She starred in the recently released film, The Best Man, The Final Chapters, reprising her role as Jordan Armstrong.
Know who I want to play me?
Who?
Beyonce.
Get your coins together, brother.
Fans buzzed about this one, eager to see how Jordan's story wrapped up. There's also talk of Nia potentially directing more projects in the future. She's been vocal about wanting to tell more diverse stories.
Know how it goes. So recently, I'm gonna read it, that there was a headline, right?
Yeah.
Where you said, I quote, Black movies and Black famous only hold us back.
Yes.
You wanna clear that because
that's not written
you
correctly.
know how it goes, because they take one headline and turn it into something. So
read that again.
Let me say that again. How much time we got? 'Cause
Terms like black movies and black famous only hold us back.
Okay, so what I mean by, you know what I mean.
I know, but go ahead.
But so
For them.
For the white people in the audience. What I mean by that is if we continue to practice this idea of separatism, we continue to divide. And I will always and forever hold my fist up because I understand the experience. But I also believe that the more we understand about one another and the more accepting we are of one another, this thing called art should be representative of all of us.
So don't be surprised if you see her name in the director's chair more often. As for her personal life, Nia's been keeping things pretty low-key since the whole Ime scandal. She's focused on her boys and her career.
Are you single?
I'm so single.
Me too.
Oh my God, we need to tear up this town.
Showing the world that she's more than just someone's partner or the subject of gossip.
Hi, Nia. How are you? How are you holding up?
I don't have any comment right now. I'm sorry.
There's nothing that you want to say. I mean, are you guys working things out?
Our girl's out here thriving, scandal or no scandal. So there you have it, folks. The tea on Nia Long. From Brooklyn to Hollywood, from scandals to success, this lady's seen it all. Lover or hater, you can't deny that Nia Long is a force to be reckoned with. And something tells me we haven't seen the last of her drama or her triumphs. Keep your eyes peeled, because wherever Nia goes, you know there's bound to be some juicy stories following close behind.
He's a man that made it a really, really poor decision.
Decisions.
And it didn't work in his favor. It was a poor decision. I'm happy my friend got out of that situation. I'm happy Nia.
So is Nia Long and Ime broken up now?
I think that was the case anyway, right?